Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back from another OPTC video, and in today's video, treasure map Momonosuke for the 9th anniversary is here. We have hit nav level 20. We do have the bonus map, so we're going to dive in with our teams and the playthrough because this treasure map is a doozy. And by doozy, I mean it's a big dookie because it's a big pile of shit. Terrible. No one likes his treasure map, and from the rankings, not a lot of people are playing it either. But let me fix my screen. Apologies to everyone in stream that's been having to deal with that. If you guys want to be part of the stream, link in the description, by the way. Hit me with a follow, and while you're down there, hit the like button. It's still not red. Smash it. Smash it for me. Do it. Hit the subscribe button too if you're new to the channel. We post OPTC stuff every single day. And let's take a look here. Now, as you can see, this is the bonus map. And this map is very, very good. At least they did something right. However, they kind of just sort of copied and pasted last year's map. Now, there's lots of rainbow chests and there's lots of bento boxes on this particular map. And with the bonus map, the rainbow chests have chance of giving stuff like 10 tablets at a time. Possible treasure map keys, I've been told. You have the new ink pens as well as level limit break posters for gold units as well. So, let's get a move on. We are going to get the intrusion against Momo. And this intrusion, you could practice over on Extra Island. And it is a little bit more finicky and a little bit more challenging than normal. There's some very, very annoying mechanics in this treasure map. Namely stuff like damage null, damage limiter, revive mechanics. It's just very arrogant. And none of the boss fights are none of them are fun, if I'm completely honest. Unfortunately, I have to spend a gem. I really wish I didn't have to do that, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We'll do it for you guys. So, we're going to do this. So, once we get here, we're going to get a bento box. And then we're literally going to get another bento box after we deal with this Momo fight. So, let's take on Momo and let's get it done. Now, with Momo, I did upload this particular team at the back end of the intrusion video that I did. Basically, it's led by Queen. And then we are bringing a friend captain, Sanji. Now, we have our own Sanji on the team. We have the 2 new rare recruits, as well as Luffy Yamato. So that's the team. Those are the supports. Let's dive in. If you guys don't have the Mystem support, you could use Brûlé. That should definitely work for you. But it basically just allows us to get the cooldowns, so that way we can save Chopper to remove the blind. Make sure Chopper is on the right-hand side if you are running this team. It's very important that he is over there. Otherwise, he's not going to be able to remove the blind. So on turn 1, we're just going to kill these 3 turtles. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then on the second turn, we come up against Kaido, who has 1 turn of damage null. To get around the damage null, we're just going to use the captain action of Queen. That's going to allow us to do a lot of extra damage with his tap. And literally just with a single tap, we can take out Kaido, no issues whatsoever. On stage 3, Kaido's going to have defense up and threshold. And, oh sorry, not Kaido, it's Momo. Momo has defense up and threshold as well as resilience. So utilizing the Queen special feat literally just takes care of everything. Now, Stage 2 and Stage 3 do not scale. So, these 2 stages stay at the same HP pool the whole time. Oh my god, I am such a spoon. Oh my god, why can't I hit perfects? Wait 1 second, there we go. Queen should just kill there, like just single tap, and it doesn't scale. So if you're not an absolute spoon like myself, you can just tap with Queen and everything will be fine. Queen's end of turn damage will take care of the resilience, and Queen's special takes care of the defense up and the threshold. On the final stage against Kaido, you get a full water block off, 2 turns of special reverse for your sailors. So this is why utilizing Sanji is a lot of fun. But we are going to super switch with our Luffy Yamato first. Then we can use the Luffy Yamato special to give us 2 turns of cooldown. Super nice. Very, very handy. And then we can use our own Sanji to switch into the captain. Once Sanji becomes the captain, we now have like a full boosted team besides obviously like Queen himself. We get Chain Boundary, we get all the good stuff there as well. Plus we have now access to the Sugo Rush. There is a barrier, however, so we do need to break that barrier. So we're just going to do that first. We're going to save the Sugo Rush because we don't want to die. We don't want to die. As you can see, though, easy pickings with Kaido, and Kaido does have a revive, and he binds your left-hand column. Once he binds your left-hand column, he also gives you the tap limit of 3 turns, and gives himself a massive attack buff as well, so super annoying stuff. This is where the Sugo Rush of Sanji is going to come into play, because Sugo Rush isn't affected by the tap limit. So, very important that you actually start using the Rush of Sanji here. And as you can see, like, it's easy mode. Obviously, we have a lot more taps there, and then we could use our final 2 as well. But, like, we're trying to move through this as quick as possible, as it's still very early navs. And I'm incredibly tired, so I just kind of want to get this done. As you can see by my glowing red eyes. Look at them. Look at them. So I just want to get this done, and then we can move on. So that was the intrusion. Let's pick up about 1,000 more bentos, and let's see what we get from our rainbow chest. Now, I was saying this in my prep video, that I do believe that for most players, that it's better to farm the map than it is to be farming rank. So I would highly, highly, highly encourage a lot of players to make sure that you are prioritizing. Of course, you gave me that 1. I knew you were going to give me the 1. 3 bentos when I had to use the gem. Come on, game. Pull your head out of your ass. Farming the rainbow chest is going to be the wave, especially on the intrusion. Now, most people do anyway, but I do want to just make it very, very clear that I would highly recommend doing this because there are some pretty hefty rewards, which was going to be a tablet. Okay, it is what it is. Only 1 as well. Come on, game. Like, throw me a bone. Throw me a bone. Alright, we're going to move on to the ulti fight now. Now, ulti is built for the Straw Hat crew, the Psy Straw Hats. However, ulti has a very annoying mechanic that nobody likes called damage limiter. So this is the team we put together in the prep video. It hasn't changed since the initial run. So we are basically going to use that. Now, ulti's damage limiter can only be bypassed by Frankie. Frankie's the only character that can get around that. Unless you use burn or poison. However, ulti has damage. It has full immunity. So we are going to use Brook to wave clear turn 1. If you bring 2 Frankies, that's fine. If you can find a Straw Hat Luffy Psy unit, like, that's fine too. Both of them will work, but obviously Luffy will give more points. So if you can quickly find Luffy, go for that. Otherwise, just bring a second Frankie. On the final stage against ulti, she's going to put up that damage limiter for 2 turns. She gives you a full board of unfavorable orbs, 2 turns of ship blind, as well as 2 turns of special reverse, which will go down to 1, as well as having 8 turns of defense up. Yes, you heard that right. 8 turns of defense up. So what they want us to do here is utilize Luffy to give the cooldowns. At level limit rank 5, he does that. And then we can use Zoro to remove 5 turns of the defense up. Now, Brook can remove resilience, and then you could use Frankie here as well. However, with the support of Kiyoshiro, like, it's easy peasy, that was crazy. You can say goodbye to ulti. You know what? No. Fuck you, ulti. You guys know how I feel about ulti. I can't stand it. Get off the screen. Get out of here. So that was the mini boss ulti fight. Let's see if we can pick up anything else from these rainbow chests. Anything of value. As, like I said, there are a lot of really good stuff in these chests. So let's see what we can get. 3. Alright, we're going to go straight. We're going to go straight. We'll go straight. I have faith here. Okay. I should have gone right. Unless you get me a 1. Okay, well, you sucked it. In the intrusion map always seems to give me, like, big numbers. It's so annoying. Moving on to the Chopper fight, though. Chopper, the recommended characters are Bardo Cavendish, Capone, and Marco. Marco was always an interesting one because he just doesn't seem to fit on the team. However, Capone and Bardo Cavendish work exceptionally well for this fight. They basically cover you for everything that you need. They're your attack booster, they're your orb booster. They remove all of the blind as well as the threshold and the orb manipulation, so that works out pretty hunky-dory. We've got Blackbeard here just for, like, extra damage later down the line. And then we've also got Daifuku for wave clearing. The final unit on the team is the new unit that I actually added. I moved Kaido over to the other fight against Marco, and I added Clash Big Mom. I didn't actually take into consideration that there are no normal attacks only on this particular fight. So once we, like, take care of the bind and all of the orbs, as well as the threshold, we can actually just use Big Mom to take out Chopper for, like, an extended period of time. Now, on the map, Big Mom is just always going to kill Chopper. Like, there's going to be no issues whatsoever. These gives, like, a nice chunky HP threshold as well. So as you can see, at the moment, it's still working very nicely. And whenever we find Chopper on the map, we can definitely target him, provided he's in the right spot. And then we can just automatically kill there as well. So that's going to work out pretty hunky-dory. So that's 2 mini-bosses down with the intrusion of Momo. Let's move on to the 3rd mini-boss fight now, which is going to be up against good old friend Jack, the 6-arm or 6-leg Jack. Now, the team that I had put together was a Ace Yamato team with a bunch of shooters. However, I have kind of moved away from all shooters And I am using a Shanks crew friend captain because, well, funny enough, they're a shooter. So I did have Wiper on this particular team, but I have replaced Wiper with Kawamatsu because I completely read Wiper wrong. Wiper does not do a wave clear, he just hits one unit, which is a little bit annoying. But Kawamatsu can not only wave clear turn 1, but you actually get 2 turns of the clock buff, which means you're going to get an orb boost to your free spirits and your slashes when you move into the final stage. This whole team has a lot of free spirits, it can have a slasher, so that's going to help out quite a lot. Either Kiku can wave clear stage 2, they give us a chain lock moving into the final stage as well, because you do get chain coefficient reduction, so it all works out pretty hunky-dory there. Now the gimmick with Jack, and what they want you to do is use PK Roger. He gives you 2 turns of bind, Roger removes that, and then you get like another 2 turns of bind because you removed the bind, and then on the revive, yes, there's another revive, you get 2 more turns of blind. So basically what I decided to do is I said screw all that, let's just use Ace Yamato, that'll just get around that, and then we can just bring like a bunch of units to just like help us with damage. Also Ace Yamato are a 2 turn attack boost, which is super nice, which means that we can just easily take that out. On the revive, Jack actually has a barrier. That's something that they forgot to mention, but lucky for us, we did build out the team with shooters. Izo, Kiku and Usopp both have barrier pen, which means you can easily get through that. It's nice and smooth, nice and simple, nice and easy. On to the final fight, we are coming up against Marco, and Marco is an interesting one because they had to justify Queen, one of the new legends that came out alongside Sanji, and the way they did this is they actually made this Marco fight worth 4,000 points, where the final boss is worth 8,000, and a regular mini boss fight is worth 1,500. So what they've done here is they've just sort of doubled and summed the points, but still made it half the value of what the actual final boss is. So we are running double Queen. I would highly recommend using a Queen friend captain to make this a lot easier, but characters like V1 Sanji, characters like Rogue are going to be your best friends if you do not have Queen. Now, a lot of people were struggling with Queen because you actually lose your positive effects, but if you run Verse Kaido under Queen, then you are going to be able to get Queen's special back. But as you can see on stage 2 against Dogstorm, there's a bunch of gimmicks. There's Despair, there's Attack Down, there's Damage Reduction, so we do have to take care of all of this particular shenanigans. And the way that we're doing that is using Sasaki's double special, and then we can use the captain actions of Queen to actually allow us to bypass those defensive effects. Now, as you can see here, once we do that, just with the taps of Queen, we can easily take out Dogstorm. No issues whatsoever, thanks to the color affinity of Sasaki as well. On the final stage against Marco, he has 6 turns of Threshold, 1 turn of Defense Up. He gives you Special Blind and a full body Block Gobs. And if you rotate Block Gobs, he's going to blow away your captain for 3 turns. So this is why the captain action is so good. If you're using V1 Sanji, make sure you jump before you do this. And if you are using your Rogue, then you're not going to have to worry about it. Obviously, you then lose your end of turn damage, so you have to use the other Queen. If you have Verse Kaido on the squad, you can remove the Special Blind, and then you can just use Verse Kaido to give 20 turns of cooldown to Queen, and then use Queen once again. But as you can see, no issues whatsoever if you are using Queen, but there are other ways around it, even though this fight is so frustrating and so annoying. But if you're using Queen on your main fight, you might struggle here because like this whole fight was sort of just designed around Queen. Speaking of the final fight though, we are going to be coming up against the big man, Queen himself, the Funk Master Queen, and we are using a double Sanji team. Now in my original video, I did have Luffy and Yamato as my leader, and then I was switching in with Sanji so I could get the damage reduction. However, the team has enough HP, and we are in a pretty good spot to just sort of tank the shot regardless, especially if you use the auto healing of Sanji. So on stage 1, we get all of our good stuff, but look, it doesn't matter anyway because like everyone's boosted. So we're just going to take out the 2 turtles, easy peasy lemon squeezy, gain some recovery obs thanks to Sanji's captain ability, and then we can move into the second stage against Queen. Now Queen is going to give us blind on our top and bottom row, as well as poison sockets and poison on our middle row, and that's why Chopper in the middle is so good. He can remove all those nasty effects, and then we can remove the threshold thanks to Jinbei and extend the attack and the orb buff there. And then we can just easily take out Queen. Now, Queen is going to have a revive, so really, you don't want to use any other specials here. We really want to be saving them. And yes, that is the 3rd revive for this particular treasure map. 3 revives. 3 revives. Ridiculous. On the final stage against Queen,
he's going to give us Despair, Block Orbs, and puts up Defense up. He also gives us Attack Down if we're below a certain chain, and we can't use an Attack Boost. We're going to use Own Toki to remove the Despair. Then we can use our Sanji to rotate the Block Orbs. He also gives us a chain boundary at 3.25, moving up to 40. We're going to use his Super Class, so that way we can get a chain boost. And then we can actually use the Luffy Yamato special on the second turn. Now be very careful here that you don't use the burst on the first turn, because Queen has a death hit at 150,000 damage. So if you use the rush, you get too low, Queen's death hit is actually going to kill you. So just be very, very careful with that. Make sure not to use the Sanji's rush straight away. However, on the revive, you can definitely go for gold with Sanji, and then you can just sort of tap away and get that absolutely crazy rush Sugo. As you guys will see, I stuffed it up, but that's fine, because now we get the animation. Boom, you love to see it. So that's going to be Queen. There we are, or Momo and the Dragons, whatever you guys want to call it. The 9th anniversary treasure map is in the bags. That's the playthrough video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to belt the like button for me if you're new to the channel or you haven't done so already. Hit that big red subscribe button. Hopefully you guys aren't struggling too much with this treasure map. Obviously, it's not everyone's cup of tea, and a lot of people aren't exactly happy with this treasure map, and I can totally empathize, because I have no idea why they made this so challenging, and why in one of the biggest events of the calendar, they just went and pulled this shit. But thank you all for watching. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Lates!